They didn't want you there, my dad said about the family vacation I was excluded from. I send you $2,500 a month and this is how you treat me? I replied. So I cut off every dollar and blocked them forever. I had no clue what to anticipate when I realized my entire family had taken a trip without me. Bewilderment, pain, frustration. All of it crashed over me at once. But none of that compared to what followed. It all began when my younger brother Frank uploaded a picture on Instagram. My entire family, my parents, siblings, and even my cousins, were gathered on a stunning sunlit beach, all beaming, drinks in hand. The caption read, "Well-deserved family retreat." Family. I fixated on that word, reading it repeatedly, hoping to see my name somewhere in the comments, perhaps a playful remark about how I had to stay behind for work, or a note saying I'd be joining them soon. But there was nothing. I kept scrolling, my heartbeat accelerating as I saw more posts. Photos of them staying at an upscale resort, dining at elegant restaurants, embarking on boat excursions. I checked my messages, my inbox. No invitation, no notification, just complete silence. That's when I dialed my dad's number. He answered after only 2 rings. "Hey, kid," he greeted, sounding completely normal, as though he hadn't just been caught in the act. I cut straight to the point. "Where are you all?" A brief hesitation. "On vacation." My jaw tightened. "Without me?" He let out a sigh, as if I was being the unreasonable one. "Well, we figured you wouldn't be interested in coming." I exhaled sharply. "You assumed I wouldn't want to come? Are you serious? You've been planning this getaway for months. I send you money every single month to help out, and you didn't even bother to ask if I wanted to be included." Another silence. Then the words that changed everything. "We didn't want you there." My breath hitched. "What?" "You're always occupied, always working," he responded, his tone unnervingly indifferent. "Honestly, you just bring the energy down." He said it like I was some distant acquaintance who had tried to tag along uninvited. "We thought it would be best this way." I didn't even realize how hard I was gripping my phone until my knuckles ached. "I send you $2,500 every single month," I stated slowly, trying to keep my voice level. "I pay your bills. I've covered emergencies. I've helped clear debts. And this is what you decided? Don't make this a big deal." He mumbled. "You wouldn't have had fun anyway." I didn't scream. I didn't argue. I just ended the call. One firm, final click. I sat there motionless, my entire body numb, staring at my screen. And at that moment, I made a decision. They were on their own from now on. I had no idea how long I stayed like that after hanging up. Minutes, maybe even hours. My dad's words looping in my head. "We didn't want you there." This wasn't a mistake. It wasn't an oversight. It was intentional, a conscious choice, and I was done. That night, I logged into my banking account and began making adjustments. First, I canceled the recurring transfers. No more $2,500 a month. No more safety cushion. Then I reviewed the shared account I had with my parents, the one I had been steadily depositing money into for family emergencies. The balance was nearly drained. Of course it was. I withdrew what little was left and moved it to my personal account. And then I did something I should have done ages ago. I cut them off, blocked my dad, blocked my mom, blocked my siblings. For the first time in years, I was no longer their financial lifeline. And when I finally lay down that night, I felt something unfamiliar. Relief. The next day, my phone wouldn't stop vibrating. Even though I had cut off my immediate family, I hadn't blocked everyone else. Messages kept flooding in from distant relatives, old family friends, and people I hadn't spoken to in what felt like forever. The first message I opened came from my aunt. "Hey, your mom just called me sobbing. What's going on? She says you're refusing to support them anymore." The next was from my cousin Nancy. "Wait, did you actually cut off your parents? What happened?" And then came the guilt tripping. You're being unbelievably selfish. They gave you everything when you were a kid, and this is how you treat them. But there was one message that stood out among the rest. It was from an unknown number. You really think you can just walk away from us after everything we've done for you? You're pathetic. Hope you enjoy being alone. I immediately recognized who had sent it. My father. I stared at the words, feeling absolutely nothing. No anger, no sadness, just pure exhaustion. There were no apologies, no acknowledgement of their actions. They weren't upset because they had hurt me. They were upset because they had lost their personal bank. And for the first time in my life, I didn't care. I put my phone down and went to make myself breakfast. They could shout as much as they wanted. They could plead, manipulate, or throw insults my way. It wouldn't change anything. I wasn't going back. For once, they were going to learn what it meant to live without my support.